candidates running for the Clifton City Council special election. Remember, your vote can make a difference, so be sure to go out to the polls on November 6th and cast your vote. I would now like to welcome Matt Ward. Mr. Ward is a lifelong resident of Clifton and is currently serving on the City Council. He was former president and member of the Clifton Board of Education, former member of the Clifton Planning Board, and past president of the Clifton Taxpayers Association. Mr. Ward is the editor of Jersey Golfer magazine and director of business development for the Hamilton Group, a Manhattan-based communications company. Hello and welcome.
Good evening.
My first question to you is, a good candidate needs to be informed and educated, always staying on top of issues within the community that they are seeking election. Tell us how you have been staying informed on important issues here in the city of Clifton while staying on the council.
Well, that's an excellent question. I have had the privilege and the responsibility in serving in a variety of key positions over the years. I served for 4 years on the Clifton Planning Board. I was elected by the voters to the Clifton Board of Education, and I was selected by the colleagues of mine on the Board of Education to serve as president. During my time as president, I had the opportunity to be instrumental in passing a referenda in passing the first new elementary school in 50 years in Clifton with school number 17. I finished 8th in the councilmatic race in 2006. So there's been a long history of my involvement beyond what you've just read in my background or in being involved in the key issues. And I make it a point to stay in touch with people in terms of what issues are developing as I speak now and what may come down in the future.
Now, being that this is a special election and a city council is already in place, you would be coming into a work in progress as an elected member. With that said, give me a current issue the present council is dealing with. How do you think this issue is being handled by the present council? And, is there anything else you could add as far as your involvement in these issues?
I think the number one issue that I've tried to bring to the attention of people within Clifton specifically is the quality of life that has to exist in Clifton. The city of Clifton is made up of various neighborhoods throughout our city. Each of them is unique, but we are only as strong as our weakest link. I've made it a point to illuminate to many times at meetings and through my discussions with my colleagues on council how the east side of the city itself is facing an inordinate number of challenges that have diminished the quality of life there. That impact will certainly be reached by other neighborhoods if we do nothing about it. And I've made it a point to articulate this, and not only in the meetings, but also in trying to advance an agenda that will make sense in trying to improve those areas so that overall all of Clifton will be in a better place. But quality of life issues are really the number one issue in my mind that determines Clifton's future.
All right. Who can you identify with most on the present council in regards to political views, ideas, and projections for the city's future, and why?
I consider myself a pragmatic person, so I'm an independent in terms of my own thinking, and I believe that the people that I've touched base with on council have done that. I don't see issues separating us in any fundamental way, but I do believe that there's an urgency of issues that we have to deal with, because I think Clifton is not going to be served by denial. And we have to see the city as it is in 2007 and what's going to take place. I think there are people on council who are aware of what took place at the May 2006 elections when 4 people were defeated, and in my opinion were defeated because they were simply out of touch with what the city was facing. Now we're having a council that's going to have to take on these issues, and I believe that my participation to date has lent itself to people now starting to talk about the key issues that for too long were either denied or ignored.
All right, and my last question to you is, why do you want to continue being a member of the City Council?
I believe that the important thing that you need on the City Council, and it's something that I've tried to provide, is to be extremely candid about where the city is in 2007. I mean, it's important to celebrate Clifton's past, but we don't live in Clifton's past. We live today, and we have to plan for tomorrow. I'm a firm believer that we have a bright future in Clifton, but we need leadership that is prepared to do whatever is necessary to keep Clifton as a relevant place for families who are here and for families who are looking to come here in the future. But for that to happen, you're going to have credible leadership that understands what the challenges are, is prepared to take bold action when necessary, and is certainly going to continue an ongoing dialogue with our folks and neighbors and friends throughout Clifton so that people have a buy-in in a collaborative process with what's going to take place.
All right, well, you have a number of minutes remaining, so now is your opportunity, if you choose to take it, to tell the citizens of Clifton a little more about yourself or to cover anything that we might have not discussed.
I would just want to, urge people to make it a point to come out to the polls. I know that the election that is taking place in November is not really at the time frame where you have other offices like president or governor that is running, but it's important to have on the city council people that really understand what is taking place and are not afraid to act. My past involvement is something I'm very proud about. I've been involved in this community since I was a kid. My wife's family's here, I'm here, our families are here, we're here. And I've been proud of the time that I've had. I've had the privilege of serving. People have allowed me to be in key positions, and I've made it a point to take it upon myself to not just simply just sit there and be a set decoration. I've made it a point to be involved. I haven't shrunk from the debate. I've engaged the debate. I would hope people would recognize the contributions that I have made in the past and what I'm capable of doing in the future. And I would urge people to come out and vote, hopefully for Matt Ward, number 1 on Election Day. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming on our program this evening. Best of luck to you.